All right, Bear, let's get into some win totals. And we're gonna start with the team that was the biggest disaster, period. Maybe even one of the biggest disasters of the last decade last year.
Easily.
That was Florida State. A year ago, of course, high expectations, and they were arguably the worst Power 5 team in the country a year ago. Their win total still 6.5 going in this year. Of course, it's a little bit of a different mix. Malzahn, after getting fired by Central Florida, is now the offensive coordinator. Thomas Castellanos comes down from Boston College to be their starting quarterback. Win total 6.5 right now for this Seminole team in what is a weak ACC yet again this year.
It is a weak ACC, but it was a weak ACC last year.
Yeah.
I grabbed this at 7.5 way back when, and I even would play it back at under 6.5 at plus money. Like I don't think Florida State has much going for it at all. Castellanos, like the narrative around him is really surprising me. Like people are talking about, like, oh, this is the guy who like went portal. He wanted to leave Boston College for Florida. Like he got benched last year because he wasn't good. Like I don't get where this like Thomas Castellanos is like the savior of Florida State football. At running back, I think they have a gaping hole. Offensive line has been a problem. I think they were one of 2 Power 5 teams last year to not score more than 21 points in a game against. It's just amazing some of the horrific offensive numbers that they put up. Can Gus come there and improve it? Maybe, but again, you've got Alabama and Florida, where you're a double-digit dog at home against Alabama. You'll be a dog against Florida. Road games against Clemson, NC State in your conference. Miami's going to be a favorite up there. And then it's like 4 or 5 losses right there.
Yep.
And then you look at last year, you've got Virginia, Stanford, Pitt, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. Like, are you sure that they're going to sweep that slate? I'm sure as hell not. Like, again, I don't think they're going to be 2-10 bad, but I think 6-6 is very much in the cards again for Florida State.
Yeah, a bowl appearance, but a mediocre bowl team at that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then what does that do for Mike Norvell, knowing that he's got Gus Malzahn looking over his shoulder now? This is a program that doesn't have a lot of money to be able to buy him out of that ridiculous contract that he has.
Yeah, you're rocking a hard place more so than anything for that program if they go 6-6 or, God forbid, for their sake, if they go 4-8 or something like that. He'll be it's a fan base that's hard to please to begin with.
Correct.
So it would be Armageddon. Even after a year ago was pretty much Armageddon. Speaking of a program that missed a bowl for the first time in forever a year ago, Wisconsin Bear. The roster does not look much improved from a year ago. Obviously, they've changed offensive coordinators after the Longo experiment didn't work. But look, that seat's going to get hot for Fickle if it doesn't get better this year at Madison. Win total's 5.5 on the Badgers here.